Yo, it's Idlewild. If you like my content, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification button so you never miss an upload. What's up, y'all? It's Idlewild here, and I'm back with another scheme video. Today I'm going to show you guys the way I like to attack zone coverage in the red zone, specifically right around the 5-yard line. And I know a lot of people call the red zone the dead zone because it's a hard place to score. It's a hard place to score because the field is compressed, so the defenders have a lot less area to cover if they want to break up a pass or pick you off. And it's essentially 9 defenders in the box, so there's a lot of defenders right there to stop the run unless you have a great run play. So what we're going to do is, I'm in the Panthers playbook, and the formation I come out in is gun tight, and the play I prefer to choose is slot post. That's the play I like to come out in. So what we're going to do in this video is I'm going to show you how I attack cover 4, cover 3, and cover 2. Let's start off with the cover 4. So you can see here I'm in the cover 4 with the quarter flats. What most people like to do when they're in the cover 4 is they like to base a line and shade underneath to get those quarter flats into hard flats. Now I'm also going to show you how I attack quarter flats as well, but this is just the generic cover 4 defense for the zone coverage, for cover 4 in the end zone. And how you can tell the difference between the hard flats and the quarter flats and even the cloud flats is that in the cloud flats and the hard flats, these defenders will shoot out to the hard flats without any hesitation. Maybe a little stutter step and then they'll shoot out there. And in the quarter flat, they'll stay right here. And the cloud flat is the same as the hard flat. They'll shoot straight out there. So I'm going to hike the ball, but I'm not going to throw a play because I just want you to look at these outside flat defenders. You see how they go straight out there to the flats, and that's how you know they're in the hard flat or a cloud flat. But we treat the hard flats the same as cloud flats in this with this play. So now they're in quarter flats. Now watch how those same flat defenders stay at the same spot. They don't shoot out there. So when you're trying to read cover 4, it's with the play setup I'm about to show you, you're pretty much keying on those flat defenders on how you want to defend this. And so when those flat defenders go to the outside, it leaves this yellow zone all alone to pretty much guard the front lines on the goal line right here. The safeties won't come down deep enough in a normal cover 4 to guard the goal line. So this is what you're going to attack. You're going to attack the goal line and attack this zone. Now if it's in a cover or the 3-4 cover 4, it's the same principles apply. There's going to be 2 zones here if you're in a 3-4, but we're going to throw 3 routes in this area. So even if you have 2 zone defenders here with a 3-4, you're still going to have to guard 3 routes with 2 defenders. And so the way I like to attack this, we're going to start off with this because this is the most common way to do it, but I'll also show you how to attack the cover 4 with the quarter flats. What we're going to do is we're going to throw a series of short routes to attack that middle zone defender. And how we like to do that is we're going to put Hogan on the outside right on the smart hitch route. And how you do that is you press triangle or Y if you're on Xbox. You select the receiver and then you put them on the hitch route with the R2 button. And then you select the receiver again and put them on a smart route. And it doesn't look like it's going to reach the goal line, but I promise you it will. Next thing you want to do is block the running back. You select the receiver, the running back icon, and press R2 to pass block. Same with Edelman, you're going to put him on the drag. Triangle or Y to pull up the receiver menu, select Edelman, and put right stick down to put him on the drag. And then you're going to put Matthews on the smart route at curl route. So pull up the receiver icon, select Matthews, and you see left stick down is a curl. You throw him on a curl, and then you smart route him like you did Hogan. You select the receiver icon again and press R1 to smart route. That puts his route to end or break around the goal line, or if you're on the first down area, you're going to put it by the first down, but that makes him break a little bit shorter, so he'll end up on the goal line, so he won't go deep enough to interact with the safeties. Now what's going to happen is this defender here, whether it's a user or a CPU, is going to see Edelman come across the drag, and if the CPU will probably stay down on the drag, but the user defender is going to see Gronk come across the middle, and he's going to either follow the drag and come up to Gronk, and in that case you hit Matthews with a low pass. But if he comes over to guard Matthews, you got Edelman down on the drag. And how you throw a low pass is you hold L2 or left trigger, and then you throw a bullet to that receiver, and it's going to throw it near his feet. So right now we're going to target Matthews because the CPU is going to follow the drag. I don't have 4 hands, so I won't be able to control that controller, but we're just going to take a look at it. You see the ball is hiked. He runs his curl route and we throw a low pass. Now a lot of people are going to be a little bit afraid to throw that pass right there, and I'm going to show you that in this same setup against the cover 4 with the hard flats, it'll pretty much stay open. But look, you see here, he runs his curl route. There's no one in this area to stop. It's hard to do this stupid thing. There's no one in this area to intercept this ball. And how this gets open is, you see, he sits down. Since we smart routed it, he won't go as deep as a normal curl route will go. He sits down in front of the cover 4 safety. And the low ball makes sure that the ball is going low into the receiver, so there's no way that that safety can jump in front of the receiver, because the receiver is walling him off and we're throwing the ball in there. So I'm going to run it a couple more times just to make sure that you guys see that it's not a fluke. Make sure I got the setup right. That's the setup. Get the defense right. Base line, show blitz. I mean, not show blitz, shade underneath. Go ahead and hike the ball. Sometimes the safety, well, we dropped the ball there, but you see that the safety was not able to pick that ball off. If he was able to pick the ball off, he would have. And Marcus Williams is not the best. He's not Earl Thomas, but he's not a terrible safety in the game. You feel me? So you go ahead and throw that here. In that case, you see how sometimes safeties will do that. Sometimes they'll bump him to the inside, and he'll be even more wide open. One more time before we move on to beating the the quarter flats. Make sure we got the setup right. We're here in cover 4. Baseline, shade underneath. We're in the same route combination. That's it. Oh, we hit him in the back of the head. But you guys see the point. The defenders are not able to get in the way of the pass, and now it's up to your quarterback and the receiver to make the play, and not you having to worry about guesswork with the defense. So now what we're going to do is we're going to show how to attack it against the quarter flats, which not a lot of people do because it's useless to put those quarter flats out there. But I'm going to have to show it to you regardless. So it's the same play setup. You throw the hitch route over there, the drag route, and the curl route. Now here, what's going to happen is the quarter flats will not go out to the hard flat area. So Edelman's going to be wide open underneath the drag once he gets past the right tackle. As long as I have enough time in the pocket, you'll be able to see it. I didn't have enough time in the pocket because these defenders are trash. I'm going to throw it one more time, but you saw Edelman come wide open on the sideline right there. So let's see if I can shade right. Obviously, in Ultimate Team, you'll have your chance of better offensive lineman. But you see that right there? Let's go look at that in the replay. It's pretty simple against cover 4. You just identify where the flats are, and then you make your attack. So you see Edelman here. If I can get to Edelman, he comes underneath the drag. This is the flat defender here. Since he's on a quarter flat, he's not gonna come to the outside. That leaves Edelman wide open underneath. And last but not least, the cloud flats. The cloud flats are going to react just like the hard flats, and they're going to go to the outside. So you see here we're in the cloud flats, and you see him go to the outside. You still got your curl route. He dropped the ball there, but essentially the thing is the same. So now I'm going to show you how we're going to attack cover 3.
Game on! All right, bring it up the court. And corner 3! No, that's what I'm talking about. Steal! Up, corner 3!
So you can see here we're going against cover 3. And how I like to attack cover 3 is by using Gronkowski. And what we're going to do is we're going to put him on a curl route. And what we do with that curl route is once he turns around and sits down in the back of the end zone, we throw a high pass to him. And how I use a high pass is by pressing L1 or LB and then pressing this receiver icon and holding it down for a bullet pass. The other change that we make from the original plan is we put Edelman on a smart in route. Put him on the in route and then smart route it. If I can actually do that. And what that does is if the defender or the user decides to go and guard Gronkowski, then we'll have Edelman open underneath. And the same goes the opposite true. If he goes to guard Edelman underneath, then that means it's a clear lane to throw the pass to Gronkowski. Same with this linebacker. He goes back and then Edelman's underneath. He goes left, Edelman's open underneath. And so that's what that's how we like to do it. And essentially what we're doing is we're attacking the seam of the defense with Gronkowski. Now the rest of the defense is set up the same as the last one. Throw the 2 curl routes and block the running back. or the hitch route really. And so you go ahead and throw that up there. A high pass to Gronk. And Gronk dropped that pass, but you're gonna have to take those chances and take that as an acceptable risk when you running. I mean, when you running any pass, really. Sometimes they're gonna drop it, sometimes they won't. Let's go ahead. No one's gonna make every single catch every single time. I'm gonna go ahead and move off this linebacker because I don't want him going anywhere goofy because I can't control him. Let's go ahead and run it again. Gronkowski, come down with this one, please. There we go. High passes are kind of OP this year, but hey, whatever it is, we got to take advantage of it. So let's go look at it in the replay. Take a look at that Gronkowski. He comes over and he turns around and sits down. And you see when he's in his zone, there's no one in his immediate area. Obviously, there's people close to him. But when the ball comes to him and it goes, he's taller than everybody. He's 6'5". So I recommend you getting a tall tight end like Travis Kelce. I can't even say his name right. Gronkowski, Graham. I forgot his first name. Jimmy Graham from the Packers. So you see there, he go throw the high ball. Gronk goes and gets it, and it's up to your receipt tight end to make the catch after that. But the important thing is that there was no one in the way of that catch. There was no one trying to pick that ball off before it got there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to man up this linebacker to simulate the user going and guarding Gronkowski, because a lot of people will not let you run the same play twice. They'll make an adjustment. And so we're on the same, actually that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Same setup, but this time I manned him up on Gronkowski to simulate a user going to guard Gronkowski. And in that case, you throw a pass to Edelman. Simple as easy like that. And that's how we attack cover 3. We use those 2 routes. And obviously the 2 curl routes are open too if you want to throw those. But I'm not going to elaborate and show you every single possible combination. Let's move on to cover 2.
Cover 2 is simply a 2-deep look by the safeties who have their halves of the field. 5 defenders are underneath, and the cornerbacks are responsible for covering the outside portion of the zone in the shallow areas of the field.
So we're here against cover 2, as you can see right here. And now we're going to attack cover 2 by using Gronkowski again, but this time he's going to be on his post route. And once again, the setup is the same. Throw Hogan on his smart route and hitch route. Throw Matthews on that curl. And smart in route Edelman is the last play. Now once you realize that it's a cover 2 and that middle linebacker is not sinking back, he's in the normal mid read, you want a high pass to Gronkowski as he breaks inside. You throw it here. You see, that's up to Gronkowski to make that play. I'm going to throw it one more time. What is he doing, bro? He's doing an icky shuffle. What is he doing, bro? Let's throw that right here. Let's go into the cover 2 with the mid read right there. Gronkowski runs his route. Now that's how he gets hit right there. Now let's say, well, what if people do the old Tampa 2 like everybody else does? Let's go cover 2. And let's put this middle linebacker in the deep blue. Let's put him up there in the deep blue. And then let's run the same play. I'll make sure I got the same setup right there. So now we got the middle linebacker in the deep blue. So now it's like, uh-oh, we got the 2 safeties and a middle linebacker. Once again, a low pass to Edelman. You throw a low pass with the L2, LT, and you throw the pass to Edelman. And I'm going to show you real quick how he gets open underneath that linebacker. The linebacker, when he starts to play, he drifts a little back, and that opens up the window right in here for Edelman to come and make that play. And even if he does go up like that, there's still a possibility for you to hit Gronk. So even if you don't catch it right away, like you can't tell if he went deep or not, because he don't have that much room to move, so it's not like it's a drastic bump up to the second level. You still can probably hit Gronkowski. Let's try it out right here. That wasn't even a high pass, and he was able to get it to him. But let's run a high pass just to make sure that we're focusing on high passes and low passes. So here, let's go into cover 2 to the linebacker in the deep blue. Once again, we're trying to throw Gronk right here. He's still kind of open, but that's less open than before. But we still have element open underneath. And that's how I like to attack these zone coverages with this gun type formation in the red zone. Like the video, and let me know that you liked the video and you learned something by hitting that like button like I said earlier. If you want more content from me, or you like the content that I produce now, hit that subscribe button. And if you do choose to hit the subscribe button, don't forget to hit that notification button so that you never miss an upload. Alright, I'll see you guys later bit. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out.